In this previous video, it was 11 minutes long, and that you should be able to take a look at anything as well. And it was slightly foggy in Daytona International Speedway, and we got multiple of maps as well. We just able to come around here. So we have 4 available tracks around here, and this track goes for the lap times as well. But not working is anything is going to be Rockingham, Atlanta, Talladega, Dover, and in this older racing, we should be able to spawn some kind of NASCAR Winston Cup Series vehicles, and that would enable to get probably to do this. So the number 11 is going to be such as well, and I'll be picking up this car as I have tried to do something else. What else that I just literally gonna be making up there something like else? It's gonna be making for some kind of a little bit of run friendly things is NASCAR road racing like these vehicles. Now we just able to come around here for many more stuff. As it looks like anything is gonna be really possible. So I'll be just starting heading back to the number 15 or the 17 vehicle. So, I'll be starting up this vehicle right now, and we're gonna be jumping in. And because the NASCAR sounds have just like extremely loud and echoable for this time as well, and that might be able to get caused too much. As I accelerate through, it launches up to 300 kilometers an hour, and which is not going to be really good. It sounds extremely loud and crazy cuss. And that must be some kind of a one object. The pace car isn't going to be working for just like this. It's just absolutely for one stone. Let's accelerate it at this once. It raises up to 300 kilometers an hour, but since Daytona International Speedway isn't going to be doing so well, and eventually the draft systems is absolutely keep on ourselves working over here. And what I just gonna be absolutely wanted to do, just keep on speed racing overall without going to get turned off. So, because due to the replacements of the new Daytona International Speedway, it should be much less realistic as well. And because of this big thing, that lane cars is wide over here. So, we're going to be heading for a couple of first laps by using the number 15. And that was slightly going to be making for just only one thing. So, let's say one lap. And it's going to be making for a little bit sense as well. The drafting systems around the track isn't just existed like that. And before that doesn't going to be making even matters to do this, I'll be taking the lead as much as possible. Before that doesn't going to be making even count for lap times. And because of all of a sudden that bumps me into some kind of wheels. And that must be everything has got to be a huge big problem around of this track. So once we had finished, it raises the lap time as literally one as possible. We're going to be seeing results into the pit lane, as we're not going to be very worried about this. Now we should be able to head on to the camp again around here. So I'm not sure the car is going to get crashed or something. But looks like I'm going to be getting inside of the pits as well until I have managed to hit the truck as well. Once I just eventually stop this vehicle, and the time is 51 seconds. Now, not bad. Let's just jump out of the vehicle until the vehicle might be able to automatically despawn as well. So we'll be seeing around that how fast is 51 seconds, going to be extremely fast, that the vehicle has despawned automatically. So we should be able to get spawned as many cars as possible, and I'm not going to be very worried about this. So I'm currently going to be using the number 12 car and subject not to be finishing any laps as possible. So we slightly headed back into the pits earlier, and this is where I wasn't going to be very to do this. Now next we're going to be moving all the way to Talladega, and which is that I expected, then as you can see, for anything above. So if I just going to be scrolling out, that you can see these tracks are going to be down here, but I just literally can't see over here. In Talladega, you can see some kind of frictional tracks up here. Anything is going to be literally as possible, and anything is literally so foggy as well. It's going to be really very hard, and it's going to be making, for one thing, I guess, if I just literally spawn a car, that teleports me back to only one thing as well. So the number 2 vehicle is literally being stuck or overheld as well. So if you just gonna be literally spawn the number 27, that doesn't matter, just to get around here. So that must be the Pontiac, and we'll be using the number 28 as well. That I just literally spawned this over here, and that causes to be returned back held. Probably that doesn't gonna be making to do this. Not much sense it is. Then once I just literally spawn for the number 33 as well, it's not gonna be something like it's this guy, but actually for a Mike Armstrong as well. So probably it wasn't gonna be making to do this like this one. The Armstrong vehicle is gonna be using the number 33, and we're gonna be moving reverse. The vehicle despawns automatically, and we're not going to be doing this about here. So if I just literally spawn the vehicle, that teleports me back to Daytona 500 as well. But when you see the lap times, going to be making even no change. We literally spawn the vehicle, isn't going to be just like much. 300 kilometers an hour, which is 119 miles per hour. As you can see, the old Talladega, it still worked anything as possible. And this new Talladega is high banked and literally gonna be most likely deadly as well. So the changes of this racetracks of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, and it won't be able to get much matters as well. If that Talladega has going to be changed in NASCAR Full Pack Racing Simulator, that Talladega changed to some kind of a little bit dangerous. But really, fearless of this track is going to be such as a hurting day for about 4 many more like this one. So, not just close enough. That should be able to complete stop of this vehicle. Let's just gonna be using the number 36. Really not possible. That is gonna be literally to do so. After you jump out of this vehicle, you cannot be able to just jump out. After you just ride the vehicle, that you didn't able to return back yet. And this isn't going to be making for very much sense. If you just ride this vehicle, that helps you fixed. Anyways, that doesn't going to be making for about for many much sense, do. So, using the number 43 is going to be for the Richard Petty side as well. So, I'm literally going to be using the number 44, as we're going to be headed back so fast. Return to Daytona International Speedway, and then all the way to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm refusing to turn right, because that was highly confusing. So this is where I should be able to head back into the start. But looks like I'm also headed back all the way for this one. The car has been smashed through. Now, we're going to be driving up this vehicle off. Now, the number 44 is going to be headed south to Atlanta Motor Speedway. And I'm going to be doing for a 1 lap. That teleports me back into this thing. But I'm pretty not sure, I don't think so. What about trying? We're going to be using Jimmy Johnson as well. And we're going to be seeing what happens next. Now, the Independence Day car is I'm going to be using for the Independence Day for United States. 4th of July is going to be coming up next. in the next year as possible. Now, before we're not slightly the end of this video, there must be also lap times we got anything from here. In Atlanta Motor Speedway. Was that Michigan? Not even close. But I'm not sure. This track is absolutely really slippery over there. And it has road course over here. This isn't going to be quite expectedly good. I don't really think this track is going to be so slippery at all. And but looks like this is not actually like Christmas things as well. So we're going to be keeping on spinning of this thing. But all you have to do is I try not to wall ride up this thing. Because of this too slippery as well. It's too late to, I don't know, my Celestia, it's too late to get away from this only one thing. This is perhaps it's going to be too late to turn itself for early on. Because of all of these wall rides I've just continuously that I'm not going to be trying this again. So the result is really impossible. So the road course is absolutely closed. And because due to itself, or I really do, this is literally nothing that I guess. And I should be able to head back into the pits. And this isn't going to be going for very much as well. So let's head over to Rockingham until Dover as well. So, and up next of this video, that slightly didn't able to head down to Atlanta Motor Speedway. So I'm at Rockingham. If I just gonna be going around here to turn backwards, that the vehicle is going to be despawned quickly. So that must be the number 44. Now I should need to use the number 66 as possible. That I just literally gonna be using of this thing, like just like Richmond as well. We're gonna be jumping inside of the vehicle and continue is literally possible. And before that, I'm not gonna be very hurt. This video is literally going to be at 16 minutes long. We're pretty not sure that the vehicles are going for 300 kilometers an hour in Rockingham Speedway. This is pretty such as a good thing as well. The main line is for the Daytona International Speedway. And I'm making sure the vehicle is going to be staying in charge and put as well. We're blasting all the way and hit the brakes. And literally to do this. When you're a professional NASCAR racing driver, that is absolutely using for some kind of brakes. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be making to this going to be so good out here. So even you like for today's video, just give us a like and subscribe and click the bell. And I'm going to be making sure that those games or the Superstar Racing experience is going to be linked in the description down below into my previous video. Now looks like that isn't all for this about here. I'm refused to head back into the pits. Anyways, this is not that I just literally failed. And I will be refused to go so fast. And most likely I'm going to be braking so hard to get back into the pits as possible. And we just eventually missed it. If I just completely randomly stop the vehicle, it stops like a fast train. Or a bus. Or a runaway bus as well. So this isn't what I just expected to do this. And before that I just completely stop and turn. And that is absolutely for the lock on the brakes as literally possible. And the final thing is going to be in the Dover. And which is that I just especially that I'm going to be lucid to do so. That teleports me back once again. And there must be Dale Jarrett. Now, we're going to be reversing of this thing, and let's going for one lap of the smaller tracks as this well. I should be able to be careful about this. And over 30 seconds at about of the lap time is really possible. I remember in NASCAR racing or probably NASCAR Unlimited, NASCAR Unleashed, the RB edition as well. NASCAR Unleashed, that I just literally remembered about this thing, and because that I just literally don't want to know that I just continually hit the walls or something, and this is absolutely going to be so hurting bad for this thing. And what you be able to be probably to do anyways, looks like if I just gonna be resetting the character quickly, I may not gonna be returned back before that I just literally failed to return all the way back to Daytona International Speedway. This is gonna be literally hard to slow down. I'm pretty sure this is extremely hard to slow down, but I'm probably to do. I didn't able to get around to jump and escape the car. The car has been deleted, and looks like we're gonna be using the number 9, and we just slightly back and over International Speedway. So looks like that is all for today's video in as well. So if you'd like for today's video in all maps, but not absolutely cars as well, just leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. And thanks for watching and for all your support, and that the game is going to be linked in the description down below, including that's some from my previous video for the Superstar Racing Experience. And I'm going to be see you on track, that which will be Turbo Concept signing off, and I'll see you NASCAR fans all later.